Imagine waking up to the delicious smell of bacon. Just imagine the crunch, the perfect flick to get it into your mouth. But wait, you can't eat it. Pork has been all but eliminated due to the presence of antibiotic-resistant strains of Staphylococcus aureus. And maybe we'll be next. Human antibiotics are often administered to animals that are not sick. More than 63,000 tons of antibiotics were used by livestock farmers in 2010, and that number has been projected to rise to 67% by 2030. With 80% of antibiotics used on factory farm animals, they contribute a major amount to the 700,000 deaths each year. While antibiotic use in farming has been banned in Canada and the European Union, many other countries like the US and China have little to no regulation, which poses significant problems. That lovely steak you buy from the supermarket did not come from spa conditions. Cows are so often raised in congested, sedentary conditions using factory farming techniques that yield fertile breeding grounds for disease. With over 20% of ground meat in supermarkets, with the potential to contain 80% of resistant bacteria, we need to seriously reconsider some of our agricultural practices and antimicrobial usage in food animals. The meat industry does not often publicize their usages, so accurate information is never readily available to the consumer, which inhibits them from making well-informed choices on their purchases.
The bugs are winning the battle.
Now just imagine the hands of those meat workers, handling your poultry and probably unconcerned with the potential transmission rates. Researchers in one study have found a strong correlation between eating salmonella-infected pork and developing Cypro-resistant bacterial infections. This pronounced increase in antimicrobial-resistant food-related illnesses results in more resources spent towards this preventable issue. There is therefore a huge opportunity cost associated with putting productive people in hospitals for longer, both for the doctor and the patients themselves.
80% of the antibiotics used in this country are used in animal agriculture. That's 30 million pounds of antibiotics used every year to treat animals that aren't even sick.
What this means for people is that there are now more and more people getting infected with things which can't be treated. And consequently, some people have to stay in hospitals longer, and many people are going to die.
If agricultural infrastructure is the major problem, we should set stricter regulations on how livestock and crops are managed. To work with these preventative measures, I propose a collaborative antibiotic usage program aimed towards minimizing unnecessary antibiotic usage in the field. In order to put this often misinformed abuse to an end, this program will be a two-step approach. We will first reform the farming infrastructure requirements, and then have veterinary professional surveillance services that come in to regulate proper antimicrobial usage. Animal pens will be revamped, where livestock are better compartmentalized by increasing the prevalence of segregated spaces. This is a low-cost but high-impact alteration that will decrease overall population density and therefore physical contact in order to lower the probability of disease transmission. Following these primary infrastructural improvements, the program will further enforce the current antibiotic reduction policies that aim to lower or completely eliminate usage. The plan is to facilitate honest communication between farmers and health professionals in order to reduce antibiotic reliance in the first place. Professionals are to work together with less informed farmers to help them develop personalized plans of action that bring about specific numbers to their antimicrobial usage allowance. We don't want lazy practices and incomplete knowledge to continue the cycle of resistance. With these preventative and integrated solutions, users will be more compelled to act responsibly within their industry and make reasonable adjustments and compromises to their usage levels. In the meantime, the government will be operating on a larger scale to simultaneously curb the financial incentives marketed by antibiotic manufacturers. With this initiative's infrastructural renovation and detailed analyses, there can be increased adherence to industry policies by promoting cooperation and increasing transparency.